What's up, guys? Welcome back to Crypto Weekly Review, home of the Wolf Pack, your #1 source of cryptotainment to get you through the bear market. Oh man, the S&P 500 is setting new lows, but Bitcoin is not. They are diverging. Is this the great decoupling? Are we going to go on a run? Well, we're going to take a look at the stats and the data to see if it's time to buy cryptocurrency.
You big old sus, yeah. I just doubled up on crypto. I just doubled down on the new vest. Now my chair looking like 2 checks. Type of money made me want a 2-step. Who next? This week I be on the moon next. Stock going up like 2x. That's a fast flip like suplex. Two really stepping like a duplex. You bet never lose change, but I do flex on it.
Bitcoin on the daily chart attempted multiple times to break out of the ascending triangle. If you bought this breakout, if you filled up your bags, this is how it turned out. Target hit. Remember in the last video we were saying that it could pump to the primary pivot. I was saying that this thing looks like it's going to break out. It looks like an ascending triangle, and it did, but unfortunately rejected. And the 21 exponential moving average, you see how important this white line is in this charting right here. Look at, we are in a daily downtrend with candle body closes at the 21. However, we are still in the ascending triangle, which tells me I think that we are going to try one more time at resistance, but I think it's going to fail. Everybody is talking about Bitcoin decoupling from the traditional markets like it is a phoenix that is going to rise from the ashes during this downturn, and I'm telling you guys, that is absolutely delusional. You can see that there is some type of bullish divergence between the S&P 500 and Bitcoin. You can see the S&P 500 has made a new low while Bitcoin has not yet. Now, a lot of people are seeing hopium here, but if you look close, I mean, this very much looks like a head and shoulder pattern. With this does look like a dead cat bounce. I would lean in the camp of the S&P 500 being a leading indicator like it always is for Bitcoin, and Bitcoin will soon follow. I think crypto is going to slide down with the rest of the markets, but don't unsubscribe yet because there is a good probability we have a happy Pump-tober. Yes, Pump-tober is here to grant your degen wishes. Now, the last 3 Octobers were green, and 7 out of 11 have been green. Will we get another dead cat bounce? I think it's highly probable. Because everybody is eyeing the November elections, it tends to pump into the election. Also, the sentiment is very bearish. It could be a nice short squeeze dead cat bounce in the cards in October, but eventually my target is still the same between 14k and 11k BTC, which would be the previous high before the cozy 19 low. Let's not forget 11k is also Richard Hart's bottom call. It is also a proper historic Bitcoin retracement. Can Richard Hart nail the reversal like he did on this motorcycle? The S&P 500 has evaporated $10 trillion since its highs. It's also taken out the June lows with the candle body close. That is signaling further downside, as I believe the Federal Reserve is going to continue tightening monetary policy until something finally breaks. The S&P and NASDAQ have not reported 3 consecutive quarters of decline since the 2008 financial crisis, and if we juxtapose that chart onto today's, you can see it is following lockstep. We may not technically be in a recession, but we are headed for one mega dump. But wait, according to this fractal, aren't we going to pump into 2023? You degens, yes, we could get another dead cat bounce. We got the November elections, we got Pump-tober, which in October we are known to have a nice green month. Could this be the time to long before the inevitable drop to the cozy 19 lows? The global economy is absolutely walking a tightrope right now as we go from an inflation crisis to a credit crisis. as the massive Swiss bank Credit Suisse is selling some of its $200 billion in US bonds and $200 billion in US equities to raise capital. We need confirmation from Jim Cramer. Have we reached the curve just like Lehman Brothers in 2008?
Be careful, there's a sharp curve coming up. Hold on to the water.
I would argue that the sharp curve is already here, as the 5-year credit default swaps are reaching 2008 levels right before the great financial crisis that completely destroyed the global economy. Credit Suisse could drag down Deutsche Bank with it, and we are in the same boat. More bank bailouts.
The money is there. If we can save the banks, then we can save the world. I mean,
as Credit Suisse is selling their assets and restructuring, maybe they can change their name from Credit Suisse to Debit Suisse. With that being said, do you trust this ascending triangle? Now look, we have already taken out the June lows on the S&P 500. Bitcoin is a leveraged position of that. I think we're going to take out these lows. Now look, the whole Pump-tober is predicated on a dead cat bounce. I think it is likely to happen unless the whole credit market obviously implodes. Because the Federal Reserve is only starting to tighten its monetary policy, I always say if you want to be ahead in the crypto game, in the crypto space, you have to understand the macros, because all of this stuff is going to move together until the halving. And right now we are going into a tightening cycle. You can see that the G4 central bank balance sheets are down $3 trillion in the past 7 months to try to tame inflation, which seems impressive, but the Federal Reserve is the dark blue purple line. And where is that? They've barely unloaded anything off of their balance sheet, like $200 billion since April and May. That's why I just don't think that this is the bottom. I am collecting what everybody wants right now, and that is the dollar, okay? As the global economy weakens, everybody is fleeing into the dollar. It is sucking up all the liquidity in the world. Now look, this is what I think is going to happen with the S&P 500, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. I think that we are going to flush all the way down to the peak right before the cozy 19, okay? The Dow Jones Industrial Average is already here, okay? I think it's going to be a miracle if we actually don't get the flush at this point, all right? Now look, it's nothing to be bearish about. It's actually bullish. We need to flush all of this bad debt, all this misallocation of resources, reset the economy, and start climbing out of this hole. We need this. We need the capitulation. We need the pain. So bring the pain so we can hurry up and move on to the next cycle. Now, Solana is only down 4% as it suffers another outage. I think Solana is not dumping on these outages because they happen so often. Solana blockchain really isn't any good, and not a lot of people are using it, so most people probably don't know it's out. People really only use it for NFTs. I told you long ago I'm not a fan of Solana, but I do think that it can pump because it's backed by Alameda Capital and Sam Bankman-Fried, which is one of the biggest players in the space right now. However, the Solana blockchain is complete garbage. In fact, I have a video of the devs trying to fix the Solana blockchain.
La misión finaliza en 30 segundos.
¡Mierda, mierda! ¡De que no lo tocaras!
Alerta, captura nuestro último punto de control.
¡Hay que mover el cacharro! ¡Yuhi! Fíjate en eso. ¡Ah, de puta madre! ¡Ella ha sido...
Bitcoin has a lot of use cases, some of them being making irrelevant people feel relevant again. People like Michael Saylor, or maybe even our favorite millennial president, Nayib Bukele, who made Bitcoin legal tender in El Salvador, losing about $50 million, while he fires back and says, don't drink the elite's Kool-Aid. He said he didn't lose $50 million worth of Bitcoin because he hasn't sold yet. To be fair, since adopting Bitcoin, the GDP rose by 10%, income of tourism by 52%. He has seen record growth in El Salvador, but as far as not losing $50 million, bruh.
Everyone, listen up. You didn't lose your money. Now, you have your... Technically, You kind of lost your money.
Is Tesla stock going to pump 10% on Monday morning because Elon Musk presented his humanoid robot Optimus? After pumping Doge and dumping Bitcoin on our heads at a loss, Elon Musk is now coming out with a robot. It is rumored that they turned the air conditioning off in the event to make sure that it didn't blow over. If you like this robot, you're gonna love Honda's robot that they made 22 years ago. What he should really do is buy out Boston Dynamics, just like he bought out Tesla and then claimed to be the genius that invented it.
It's a little harsh.
Hex on the daily chart finally reached the 21 exponential moving average. Now remember, I totally called this, but I was also saying that it would hit 35 cents, and it's just not quite getting there. This is really good that we came up and pumped and touched the 21 exponential moving average, showing that Hex does have some life in it. Now, we did take out the June 2022 lows right here, just like the S&P 500. This is signaling lower. I think it's going to go to 0.0024, which is kind of ironic because that is 10 times the launch price. Okay, now this is kind of a bearish candle right here. We do have a bearish engulfing candle. You know how Hex is. It is a whale game, and there's always a bigger whale. So just be careful out there, as I think Hex is going lower, where I'm planning to scoop up under a penny, as we don't have any data for the Cozy 19. It was too new. Now we do have this horizontal support and point of control at 1 penny. I got orders to catch a wick below a penny, anything around half a penny. If we go to previous highs, that is 100x. I think that's an easy 100x. I think we're going to see Hexicans blowing money on stupid stuff once again.
Go dog, I'm riding the road, y'all. I think that I'm back in my bag now, so I need that go, y'all. Got hits when he throwing the fastball, just too quick for it. Peeling off like the whip orange. Seen they effort this piss poor. I got two.
Rex on the daily chart, it is pumping hard. I'm having a little bit of FOMO right here, but I'm hoping it can cool back off so I can build a position. Will it come all the way back down to 0.00001? I highly doubt it, okay? I highly doubt that it'll come all the way back down there. That is pretty much zero, but there is 120 plus days of the rollout phase left, which means there's going to be a lot of lotteries, and that's what looks like bought action right here. So yes, I'm going to build a staking ladder in this. I'm waiting for it to cool down because I don't buy the tops of candles. Let's take a look at ETH proof of work. It is doing the same thing. It is still building the handle of the Adam and Eve cup and handle right here. It looks beautiful, prime for a pump, holding the point of control, but is it actually going to do it? I don't know, but I do want to build a position in this outside of what I was forked. I kind of want to see this succeed. Anyways, guys, let's try to get the likes to about 100 likes so we can do a live stream on Sunday at about 6 or 7 p.m. I will make a notification. I appreciate you watching this, and if you made it this far, make sure to like and subscribe, join the wolf pack, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.